Hello there, it's the Archivist from TradingCardArchives.com. Yeah, you got my blue gloves on, and it's time to look at some more different things than we usually look at on this channel, but it's important to get some variety, and these Chronicles boxes are an excellent way to do that. I actually just went through a UFC one, and I don't know anything at all about you, like nothing. And it was still so cool to see like 10 different card designs from 2 packs. So I want to do the same thing with this. Now, this is a WWE 2022 Chronicles by Panini. So what that means is that this box will have, 20 different brands worth of cards. And that means that each card you take, well, if it's like the other one, maybe 4 of the cards in the 7 pack, 7 in each pack, maybe 4 of them will be from that random assortment of different designs. They're probably all going to be reprints, though. That's what it was in UFC. Like it was, it was like an optic card, but it was a Chronicles optic card. It wasn't a real optic card, right? So those are 2 different cards. One's probably worth a lot of money, and one is a reprint that is probably not worth a lot of money, right? So I think the Chronicles set is not where you want to be if you're trying to be like an investment type. I don't know, if you're trying to do that kind of thing, this is probably not the product for you. But if you're an archive and you're trying to get as many different designs in as you possibly can, this is the way to go. So I love these things. Thank you, Panini. It's basically made just for me. Now, I bought this and a bunch of others because, as I've said before, my brother is kind of like a WWE trivia master. He knows everything and anything, and that's not exaggerating at all. We were going to actually do a video this weekend, but yeah, he was pretty busy, so we're gonna try and do it next weekend instead. But I actually bought like 5 or 6 products for he and I to look at, and I figure, I'll open this one, maybe take 2 packs out and leave 4, and we can look at those together, and he can help me understand what they are. And the main thing that I think he and I are going to look at is this anyway. So this is a blaster box, which means you get 6 packs, and they're going to be blaster packs, which means retail level odds, so much worse odds. Sometimes a lot of the parallels and things are just locked out of the blasters entirely, and you need to get a hobby box in order to get those. So you need to get like a hobby pack with a little H on it, not a retail pack. This is a hobby box. It's the cheapest one they make, of course, because we only buy cheap stuff here. But it still is about $60, I think, for this. But you get 8 packs, 5 cards each, so 40 cards total in here. But this will be like actual like superstars and good stuff, and maybe some relics, and I don't know if we'll get them, but they're probably in. I think they're in this set. Well, maybe not relics, but definitely autographs are in here. So it's possible. But again, this is not what I'm opening today. I'm kind of saving this one for he and I to look at. I also really like it because it, well, yeah, I'll bring it out straight. So this video is going to be pretty short anyway. I know most people watching prefer the anime stuff anyhow. I do too. But it's cool, right? Like this box design by Panini here is basically a copy of what China is using for the 5 box design, but a little smaller, right? It's the same. It's a cube, and it has, a pop-up on the top, just like this, and then an opening on the front, just like that. Even angled, right? It's even angled the same way, right? So kind of crazy that these 2 boxes are so similar, but then again, nobody actually prints that I know of outside of China, so I suspect, and I'm probably right on this point, that Panini prints this in the same factory that this got printed in by the same group that made the same boxes, and they just made theirs a little smaller, so they'd fit better in the pallets, whereas this one is a little bigger. Anyway, I just think that's interesting. But anyway, that's not even. I just spent 4 minutes explaining something to you. We're not even going to do this today, so I'm going to put this back in the archives for now. This is what I wanted to look at today, and I'm not going to break the entire blaster, mostly because I just can't fit them all on here, and well, I don't want to show you, but I have so many cards to scan already that I don't want to get many more added. And there's a box challenge I want to do later tonight that will possibly add, and I can't estimate how many cards it'll add. Basically, I want to open like a Disney box, and I want to keep going until I get a good configuration. There's 2 configurations in the box. You know, if I get very unlucky, it could be like 20 packs in before we get that, which would be, oh my god, I would probably be crying here because I'll never be able to scan that many cards in a week. I'll be months behind. But anyway, sorry. Getting off point. Today we're looking at WWE Chronicles. Again, this is a really interesting set that Panini makes. What we're going to see is you know, 20 different styles of cards could be in here. Plus, I think if it's like the other one, there's going to be like a regular set of Chronicles, right? And then some inserts that are just part of this set. And then these are the things that get inserted from the other randomized sets. And you see there's a lot of numbered cards possible in here, which is pretty interesting. I didn't get any from the UFC one, but I only opened 2 of those packs. Maybe we'll get luckier this time. Let's find out. Actually, before I open this, I'm going to get random.org up. Apologize. I should have done that ahead of time. As you know, we use random.org to roll dice and simulate dice rolls, and it's much better at picking random numbers than I am, and that way I don't have to blame myself for picking a bad pack because I didn't pick the pack. The universe picked it, so if it's a bad pack, it's their fault. So you can see here again, this is, if you, well, I don't know, you haven't seen it yet, but I just did the UFC video, you know, 10 minutes before this, so this is exactly the same design as that blaster. Okay, and so there should be 6 packs, and with Panini packs, you can't really weigh them to see, and this set doesn't really have relics anyway, but if there was going to be a relic in here, all the packs would have a blank in them, or like one of the packs would have a blank in it, so that you can't really weigh this box to figure it out. All right, so let's put these down. And like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to open 2 of these, but I don't want to pick which 2. So we're going to let random.org pick for us. And the way we're going to do that is I put in 1 to 6 as the numbers that we could use for this. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to roll 3 times. That'll be the pack we pick, and then we'll put 5 in and do it again. Okay, so we got a 1. We got a 1 again, and we got a 5 here. So this will be the first one we open, and then we're down to 5 packs. So I'm going to decrease the random number, so now it's going from 1 to 5. We're going to start over 3 times again. So 2, 3, and 2 again. So it's going to be the middle. If you've watched any, I'm up to almost 200 videos now. The middle is always the one I get, so it's very fitting that the universe picks that as well. And so yeah, I'm going to put these back. Like I said, I'm going to kind of save those for me and my brother to look at sometime. I want to get these into the archives sooner. But more stuff in there, right? I want to have more stuff to compare with. Yeah, I'm going to put that away because when we did the UFC one, I took the entire table to do it. This is my new mat that I designed this mat myself. And I really like it. Inked Gaming printed it for me. You know, it's got my logo here, so I can stage photos around the logo if I want. It's got my avatar right here in the middle. Nice blue cloak, matches the blue gloves. And then they're standing in this old-looking archives, right? And we can pretend then that these are all the binders that are full of trading cards. It's almost that. It's not quite that big, but someday, maybe 30, 40 years from now, we'll have this with binders. We'll see. Probably not, though. Okay, so we're going to open both of these. So we don't really need to random between them, but you know, let's do the one on the left first. And we'll just get started. I've got my sleeves out. I've got a whole nother bag of sleeves out just in case And I guess we've got our top cards for the day here. This is a lenticular 3D card. I pulled this from the Marvel Annual set 21-22. This is a 1 in 35 odds pull from that blaster pack. So very lucky pull. Sells for maybe $20-$30. It's listed for like $30 in a few places. I don't think it actually sells. So I didn't see any sold. And then this is the Darth Vader we got from the box break of Star Wars. Just fantastic foil work on there. You can see the lightsaber just kind of like moving with the light. It's crazy. This is a GP rarity. From what I hear, this is like one in a case, or like maybe 4 of these in a case. And so getting, there's more than 12 of these GPs available in the set, and you'd only get 4 in a case. So then getting the Darth Vader one is like super lucky. So this is an incredibly lucky pull. That card lists at more like $200 or close to that. But I said when I pulled it I wasn't going to sell it. I'm still kind of standing by that. I think about it a lot, but I haven't listed it, and I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to probably keep it. And who knows, maybe it'll be worth even more later on. Probably not, though. There are numbered cards in that set, but it's not like limited in prints. They can just keep printing that over and over and over again if they want to, so. Okay, so I don't want to spoil these the way I did the UFC ones. I just left them here and everyone can see them the whole time. There's not much fun in that, right? We want to have a little bit of fun when we open these, so let's grab this one. Especially since the back is like where the numbered would be. You would know immediately if you got a numbered pull. Okay, so this is base. This is the same base design as the UFC cards, with this Chronicles on the bottom and this C here, and then the image in the middle. So this is kind of the same base card, but with the Godfather, I guess that's a wrestler probably. Sorry if the light keeps shifting on the camera. I'm trying out this studio light feature that they have in the iPhone. I'm going to see if that can maybe help bring down some of the glare, but actually it's just kind of annoying me the way it changes. So I'm going to go pause this video here, and I'm going to turn studio light off so that doesn't happen anymore. And that way we won't get sick watching this video. I'll be right back. All right, and just like that, I am back. Let's just give it a test. Yeah. So the light isn't changing now. That was what was annoying me, is it would get like the light would change on the whole image. Focus still changes like the cameras. It's great because it focuses the card when I bring it close, but all that gets out of focus when you put it back down. It tries to focus the table, so I love it. That's one of the reasons I designed blur into the edges of this, so that it would not attempt to focus this background too often, except the middle part, and that's fine. That's where I want the focus in the middle. So yeah, again, the mat is kind of like designed to help with the entire process here of filming and advertising and everything. So yeah, I won't make, I mean, I guess if you really want me to make you a mat, I could, but I don't generally do that for other people. But yeah, if you need something like this, then I'll design it for you. You'll have to get it printed though. And Ink Gaming did a great job printing it. It's a beautiful, beautiful design there, beautiful printing, and I love the stitching around the edges, and the feel of it is great. Like, it's perfect for just sliding cards around. There's no scraping or anything like that. I have trouble putting what we call raw cards on sleeved cards. I don't like putting them even on this mat, although this mat is actually probably would be okay to do that maybe. Okay, so far so far these have been base cards, and they have this silver here. That silver means that they are like base. If it's gold, it's a kind of parallel. So this is Reggie, I guess. Again, my brother's not here to sort of educate me on who I'm pulling here, but I assume because this is the Chronicles set that these are actually famous wrestlers of some kind. Well, this is interesting. So there's an NXT 2.0 card in there. Oh, that's hilarious. I have an entire hobby box of this. You can get a hobby box of this set for $40. It's dirt cheap because I guess it's not too popular. But this is interesting because that is this is like a really fancy parallel from that set. This is not a base card from that set. And actually, I've never pulled this level of parallel from my hobby box, and I just pulled it from a Chronicles pack. That's kind of crazy. But like I was saying before, and you know, it looks exactly the same as the other card. But on the back, you can tell this is a reprint, Chronicles, right? The ones that come out of that hobby box don't say Chronicles on them. So if you pulled this exact parallel from that box, it would have a different marking here, different card, possibly a different value. I don't know. This one's probably not worth. I'll look them up later, but I don't think anything from this Chronicles set is actually going to be like a big hit or anything. That's not really what this set is about. This set is more about seeing all of the cards that Panini makes and all the different styles in a single set. That's what this is about. Oh God, another NXT. Okay, jeez. Oh, okay. So this is this has a different color here. So this is a parallel of the base set. And in this case, they're just saying that this particular character is part of the NXT program, but this is not an NXT card. That's an NXT card. This is a Chronicles card featuring an NXT wrestler. How confusing. So confusing. My brother could straighten all this out, but again, he has a kid and everything, so his life is different than mine right now. I also have a kid, but he's almost in college, so it's totally different. Okay, so let's check this out. So this looks like it'll be maybe a very, oh, nope. So I think that this is just a parallel of the Chronicles set. The UFC had a design just like this too, but now everything is kind of blending together. I can't. Yeah. So far, this pack has not been as good as either of the UFC packs. Both of the other UFC packs were just like spitting these chrome cards out like crazy. Whereas here we're getting paper. We call this paper when it's only like this. Sorry, so there's a lot of people commenting on Instagram right now. If I keep getting alerts. Let me maybe put this over here so you can sort of see what we're doing next to Darth Vader. I love sort of the juxtaposition of the, you know, the sports cards, and my favorite cards are not sports cards usually. Although if we pull like some crazy parallel or numbered out of this, I would be willing to put it there. This probably isn't it. I don't know. Again, this could be a very famous person, but I don't think this card is such a special parallel or anything. It's just Origins. It's a kind of set they make. You can buy a set where like every card looks like that. But then every card you pull is going to look like that, right? Whereas here you get kind of a surprise each time. The surprise goes away after a while, but you know, the first 6 packs are probably all going to be different stuff. The blaster is the right size for someone like me who's trying to, you know, get to see more cards at once. All right, so on to pack 2 here. There's a lot of stuff going on Instagram right now. My watch is just like blowing up over here. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but there might be something really cool in here. I did spoil it, I'm sorry. I mean, well, I don't know, and I guess we'll see when we get there. It's like weirding me out how many of these have this NXT 2.0. My brother said that like this logo only existed for like 1 year, but it must be because this is a 2022 set that it just is going to have that logo on a lot of cards. But again, this is silver, so this is just going to be just a base card again. I guess these are rookies, so sort of like the baseball cards and basketball cards will have like rookie cards. These are like rookie wrestler cards. Okay, let's see the next thing here. So this is Humberto, I don't know. I guess SmackDown this is. I think this is again just a Chronicles base card. So far, I am not as impressed with this as I was with the UFC. The UFC, I had a full, like you can go look at the picture, I had like a full side of chrome here from just 2 packs. Whereas all I'm pulling is paper from these. This, we call this paper when there's nothing fancy about it, and this would be more chrome. Okay, so here we have someone, Madcap Moss. I guess he has some trouble, maybe some trouble hearing. Maybe, yeah, I guess it's really loud in there. So, like in the arena, maybe he's just trying to listen up. I'm sure that's some kind of move he does or something. These people all are like playing characters on TV. So, well, this should be interesting. I think we actually know who that is, right? That's John Cena. I can't see him. I wish he was on this card somewhere. That's weird that they'd print a card with like just foil and no person on the front. It says John Cena. I don't know. Can you see him? I cannot see where he is, so I don't think he's here. But yeah, I guess that would be what kind of card would this be? This would be Illusions. So if you bought the WWE Illusions set, you would get cards that all look like this and probably have this little eye logo on them. I assume the other cards would actually have like a wrestler on them somewhere, but this one is just blank chrome. Very strange thing to do. Put that over there. Here we have what is this, like a, I don't understand. Is this like a reporter? No, I mean it says she's a fighter. I guess she just wears a suit sometimes. That's cool. I mean, suits are nice too. So this is a prestige design. So prestige. So that's the kind of subset that this one came from. So if you wanted cards that look like this, you would buy the prestige set. Okay, so I guess that's a little different. Can I get away with putting it there? Yeah, okay. I have a bad glare spot right in the middle of the, right here. So I put the sleeves there, so I know not to put cards there, because you wouldn't be able to see the cards if I put them there. I do love though how the light catches these foil cards. It's just still weirding me out that they wouldn't print like a picture of John Cena on this or something. It's very strange. Okay, so Nikki Bella. This is another prestige, I guess. So like that one. Although she's not wearing a suit. Well, it's kind of suit, but not like a suit. But I assume it's probably hot in there. It's probably nicer to not have a suit on. I prefer not wearing a suit to work too, so I don't blame her at all. Nikki Bella. Apparently a legend. This is a legend. I just don't know. She might actually be. Okay, so we have one more card, and that's it. And like I said, I thought it looked cool when I flipped it before, but I think it's just a regular. I think it's just a regular Chronicles. Yeah, so this is not even one of the special sets. It's just Chronicles insert. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say this was not great. We did not pull really good stuff here at all. I don't know what to do about that. We're at 23 minutes into the video, so I really can't grab another pack or anything. We're just going to have to be happy with this. But maybe we can get a different collection out and try that instead. All right, well, this is what we get from Chronicles. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.